Uh, I hope you can hear me now. I had forgotten to plug in my mic. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good people. My name is Martini Moragewamoredi. And today, this evening, I hope you're doing well. This morning, I'm recording in the morning time. And I hope you're doing well. The temperature's rising a little bit. I can feel it getting a little bit warmer. Sun's rising. Sun's actually already risen. It's just cloudy. Anyway, oh yeah, I'm drinking honey water, something personal. I always say something personal, reveal something personal about myself. And I've been doing it in these videos at the end of the video. So I thought I'd do it at the beginning, start doing it at the beginning. So before I do it, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, like the video, comment if you feel so obliged to do. It is much appreciated. Anyway, something personal about myself. It is inspired by my drink today. I'm drinking honey water. It's just hot water. Put some honey in there, about a tablespoon of honey. And I want to talk about my love of honey and my, yeah, I guess, yeah, my love for honey. I love honey so much, good people. Like, I go through so much honey. I'm usually afraid what will happen if the supermarket stops carrying honey. Anyway, my dad, when I was back when I was in Kenya, when I was a little kid, my dad used to go and get honey from these honey farmers. I can't remember what you call honey bee farmers. Oh man, it's at the back of my head. Anyway, I used to go and get it, and like raw and filtered honey, straight. You can still see chunks of honeycomb in there, and I used to tell my dad that it was too sweet. I never used to like it that much because I'd be like, yo, it was sweeter than sugar. And I tell my dad it's too sweet, and my dad would tell me, no, honey cannot be too sweet. And it took me years, like it's a truth you come across when from people, older people, like realizing, whatever, like my dad told me something when I was a kid and I always thought it was BS. And now 20 years later, 30 years later, I'm realizing that it was actually a fact. It was a truth. It was like a universal truth. And honey can never be too sweet. That's a universal truth, good people. My dad revealed to me. Anyway, that's my personal detail for the video for the day. Anyway, let's get to the reason why you all came, why you all watching. Letters from a nut. Why I'm making this video. And today's letter. What that water is doing something to it has lubricated. That honey and water has lubricated my throat, my tongue. My tongue is doing stuff it never does before. Unusual gymnastics in my mouth. Anyway, this letter was written July 12th, 1995, to the American Forest. And no. Oh, that was yesterday. I'm looking at yesterday's letter. No, today's letter was written on November 29th, 1995, and it was written to the Product Development Department uh, of the Upjohn Company, Kalamazoo, Michigan 49001. And this is what Mr. Ted L. Nancy wrote to the Product Development Department. This is my second letter. My question: who comes up with the product names? I mean, whose job is it to think of the names you give to drugs? Who thinks of the name Motrin and the name Mentadent and gyne-lotrimin and triamcinolone? It all sounds like Jerry Lewis gibberish. Gyne-lotrimin, dinahabinin. These names are just a bunch of made up names and really don't mean anything, do they? I mean, when they say now new Micotin has has miconazole, you made up the name Micotin and you made up the name miconazole. You could have You could have said Mycotin has nibitin, and it would have been the same thing, because miconazole is just the same. It's just something you named up in your lab, isn't it? I have given a product. I have a product called Jijbin. How can I get this product considered at your company for distribution? I am a long-time salve and ointment developer, as well as a fungus customer. I believe this product will help eliminate fungus. I'd like to show it to someone in research there. How do I do this? Should I just send it in? It's a blessing that a big company like yours grows and make. It's a blessing that a big company like yours grows and make this a better America. The Upjohn Company, a great American company. Thanks for your help. I have used your eardrops for years. Respectfully, Ted L. Nancy. Good people, thank you for bearing with me. I couldn't help but laugh. I couldn't help but giggle at this letter because it rang so true. It's something I've always thought about. Like, it's been a while since I talked about it to a friend or anything. But this medicines these days, these drugs, they give them names that don't mean anything. You know, never came across such a name in any of my chemistry, biology classes. But they find these names that have no root in German, in Italian, in Latin, in French. I don't know. It's just gibberish. Yeah, it just sounds like gibberish. And I was happy to see or to read that Mr. Nancy shares my concern. Anyway, almost 2 weeks later, Pharmacia and Upjohn Inc. wrote back to Mr. Nancy on December 12th, 1995. And this is what they wrote back. Dear Mr. Nancy, thank you very much for your letter of November 29th, 1995, in which you inquire about the origin of trade names for drugs and the process by which our antifungal Gidejbin could be evaluated by Pharmacia and Upjohn Inc. to determine our interest in a possible acquisition. First, trade names for our drugs are developed by a corporate trademark committee through input from marketing and legal representatives. A trade name search is conducted by legal to ascertain that the prospective trade name is not confusing or similar to other trade names already in use. The prospective trade name for a drug to be marketed in the United States is then submitted to the FDA for final approval. Second, with respect to your antifungal Jijbin, it is doubtful that we would have interest at this time, since it appears that Jijbin is a topical antifungal. This opportunity does not represent a good fit with our discovery strategy or business plans for infectious diseases. Thank you for your interest in Pharmacia and Upjohn Inc., and we wish you success with further development of Jijbin. Sincerely, Arthur R. Diani, PhD. So you can see there's the letter says Pharmacia, and Upjohn Inc. That's the reply Mr. Ted L. Nancy got. The birds are chirping, It's beautiful, good people. It's hard not to smile. Anyway, Mr. Nancy got a reply from the good people at Pharmacia and Upjohn Inc. Told him the process they go through, which is as I guessed, they just make up names that don't sound like other names. And then they send it to the FDA, and the FDA is like, okay, that's a good made up name. Nothing sounds like it. Nobody's ever uttered that sound ever before. We approve that drug, we approve that name. So that's how they get the name. And they told him they were not interested in his antifungal ointment or topical. Yeah, I guess topical ointment. So, good people, there you go. That's the reply Mr. Ted L. Nancy got. That's the letter he wrote and the reply he got. So, anyway, I believe this video will be posted on Saturday. Happy Saturday, good people. Happy Saturday. Hope you've counted your blessings. 1, 2, 3. I'm always grateful. I'm always grateful for waking up every day. That's the first thing I'm grateful for, good people. That's the first blessing. That's the major blessing is life. Without life, nothing is possible, right? Can't do anything when you're dead. At least not in this physical world, this material world. Anyway, hope you're all good. Hope you're all blessed. Hope you're all healthy. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay grateful. Adios. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, share, comment. Please, Silver Play, Tafadhali, making me speak multiple languages right now. Begging for more in multiple languages, good people. I'm a proud man, but even that is sinking low. That is sinking low. When you start begging in French and Swahili and English, adios, good people. Adios. See y'all tomorrow.